Key concept to understand if you are learning machine learning. Features and labels. In machine learning, features are the individual measurable properties or characteristics, also called independent variables, of the data you use to make predictions or classifications. For example, in a data set of houses, features might include the number of bedrooms, square footage, and location. The label, which is also called the dependent or target variable, is a variable you are trying to predict or classify. It's the outcome variable, the thing that you're trying to understand or predict based on the features, which are based on the features. So in a housing data set, the price of the house might be the label. Next is the training data and testing data. Training data is used to train the model by adjusting its parameters based on the historical data. Testing data is used to evaluate the model's performance on new unseen data. Validation data is optionally used for hyperparameter tuning and model selection during the training phase. The important point here is that using validation data is optional. So, and if validation data is used, it is preferred to go with a data split. You might use a 6 to 60, 20, 20 split, where 60% is for training, 20% is for validation, to tune the hyperparameters during training, and 20% for testing. So if I have to give an example, if we have 100 points of data, we are using 60 points for training, 20 points for validation, and 20 points for testing. But if we are not using the validation data, a split of 80-20 or 70-30 might be ideal. For training and testing data can be used as well. That means using of 80 or 70% of your data for training the model and remaining 20 or 30% for testing its performance. In some cases, 75-25 split is also used. Model and parameters. A model is a mathematical representation of a real-world process. It's the algorithmic structure that is trained on the features and labels to make predictions or classifications on new unseen data. To be understandable, it is the algorithms that we use to make predictions. Different types of models exist, ranging from simple linear regression models to complex deep neural networks. The choice of model depends on the nature of the problem and characteristic of data. So the model is a vast topic where it depends on what is the problem that we are encountering and what is the character of data that we do have. And if I had to state about what is parameter, parameters are the internal variables that the machine learning model adjusts during the training process to make accurate predictions. These variables are optimized to minimize the difference between the predicted outcomes and the actual labels in the training data. In a simple linear regression model, for instance, the parameters would be the slope and the intercept of the line. In a neural network, the parameters include the weights and biases associated with the connection between neurons. If you don't understand what these terms are, like simple linear regression or neural network, keep it aside. We'll explain in the future videos.